In 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to the 100 Millionaires Podcast. My name is Walter Morello, and I get to hang out with these two champions, Mike Schein and Mitch Jaworski. Mike, why don't you bring us in?
Massive income from passive income, Walter. Good to be here.
Hell yeah. Mitch Jaworski, what's your phrase?
You got to organize and collect.
Let's do it. All right. I got a couple of topics I want to talk to you guys about, and no crypto until the end. Shiny object syndrome. Mitch, what's going on in your world?
I don't know if it's just my world. I think that's a plight that we all suffer from. You want all the things, right? And, you know, for us, it's a lot of times the real estate and the crypto. And it's just like, I want all the properties and all the coins. So you're trying to, continue to make progress on your portfolio and the projects that you're working on, but deals constantly pop up and you're like, ooh, let me look at this. Ooh, let me look at this. Ooh, let me look at this. So, you should always keep looking because, you got to keep that deal flow pipeline going, but you got to make sure it also doesn't distract you and you keep pushing forward on your existing projects because no point of getting new projects if you're not finishing current ones.
Is that just something you say when you don't have the money for the next deal? Or yeah.
No,
right?
I think that's I say that regardless of how much money's in the bank account. But yeah, there are times when you have multiple deals going on, so there is no money in the bank. So you got to find the money for those deals if you want to level up another one, which finding the money is possible. That's the power of networking, right?
That's right. Just ask Mike Schein. Money bag to Mike. He's ready to go lend. He's ready to put some deals together, partner up.
I got a text from a wholesaler yesterday that asked me if I had any interest in lending on wholesaling deals.
Oh, wholesaling. Yeah, there's.
My response was, it depends on the deal. And,
how are they going to call it a wholesaling deal? It's just flipping. It's just an easy flip.
It's flipping without doing a reno.
It's a light flip.
It's you know what it is? Most of the time,
wholesaling should not even be a thing that people say.
Most of the time, all it is buying a property, cleaning all the junk out, doing zero actual renovation work, and then selling it. I'm
the king of wholesaling, man. I've been wholesaling my whole life. Like,
what is explain that to me?
Hotel, motel, holiday inn. And I'm sorry, wrong.
Wholesaling is essentially you buy a house, you close, and then you get a dumpster, fill the dumpster, and then you put the house on the market.
Gotcha.
Right. Like it skips the other side of the reno where you paint, lipstick on the pig, carpet, or the crazy vendors like Mitch likes to do with that house he's got up in Fitchburg, not Fitchburg, the city we don't mention.
Fitchburg. We're talking about
where he goes to the studs and fixes everything and the electrician and all of these, the normal flip.
Yes. Opposite of a down.
We've done our share of those too. So wholesaling.
Why do they call it that? I just need an explanation.
I don't know.
I don't even understand what the.
I know
because they want to come up with something cute for wholesaling where you
basically
close.
A gimmicky name for everything. Kind of like remember like when whoever that was that used to have a flipping TV show, all of a sudden he came out and he had programs and it was called like Astro Flipping or whatever. I'm like, what?
Oh, that's hilarious.
I was like, looked at it. I'm like, okay, so you're wholesaling. All right, sweet.
Like, yeah.
Gotcha.
I mean,
everybody's got a name for their program. Yeah, it's crazy. I can't stand those weird names. Alchemist Nation wholesaling. We've got this thing that it's
you think more people would flock to that. Every time I go to a meetup, I tell people, I'm like, listen, like there's a free call on Monday nights, like a bunch of wholesalers, like they're doing a lesson, they're doing live dialing, like. And you think at the end of that meetup, like every person that wants to wholesale would like come up to me like, oh, how do I find that? Like, nope.
Yeah, that actually is my reaction from people I tell about it. They're into it.
Same.
That's one of the ones you're keeping, right, Walter?
Yeah, we'll be keeping that one. It's a strong lead gen for us. It brings people in. There's a lot of support for it. So we just looked at the numbers and I said, these events are bringing in a ton of attention. I'll keep them. Awesome. I'll keep marketing them. And the ones that aren't bringing in attention, I've just offloaded to other coaches. The only one I cut out was Be the Bank that did bring people in. I just want my Friday back. And so I had to make a sacrifice, but we'll do Be the Bank again.
I enjoy that end of the week and I'm like, shit, I think Be the Bank and just getting on, but I get it,
Yeah, I love Be the Bank. It's one of my favorite classes to teach, but when I looked at the community where they're just not there yet. There's not enough people who are looking to be the bank, and it was more really just to hang out for me, you, Melanie,
Yeah, right.
Kim Harvey,
Elizabeth Miller.
Elizabeth Miller. Yeah. So,
Well,
so I looked
so
at it
when you
evaluated, I was
say
like, look, this is, we'll do this again, and all of us will hang out again. But
when you say offload to the other coaches, does that mean those are going to continue being like when you go on a Wednesday, they'll still be at 5 o'clock and a 6 o'clock?
Yeah.
Or?
Yeah, so we just won't be promoting them on Meetup, and I won't be live streaming. So what I discovered is the only live streams that do well are the 100 Millionaires Podcast, the Alchemist Nation Podcast, and the 52 Weeks to Wealth. All the other live streams that I'm putting across Twitter, LinkedIn, Snapchat, not Snapchat, but Instagram and Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Facebook get dropped ratings. So my normal content does way better than these other videos that we're putting out. So I'll just have my VA go and chop those up. So we'll still record them, and then we'll chop them up into small little pieces that can then go out on the other platforms, because the platforms like small content. They don't like the long form stuff, except for these podcasts, which do fantastic. Everybody loves it. Which reminds me, if you're listening, go to iTunes and give us a great review. Give us the 5 stars. If they had a 6-star, make sure you put that one in there. You can put that in the comments that deserves a 6-star. Not writing the review for you, but if it said something like, these guys are amazing, love them so much, it would get a lot of attention and also really valuable information on all the different strategies they talk about. So thank you so much for the positive, great reviews. Mike, remember when Mitch was talking about before this, the old school grinder mentality that his business partner has that's slowing down his expansion?
Yes.
Mitch, do you want to talk about that for a second? Just how do we get Tim to think like, not you, because you're a grinder too, but to think more like Mike? We'll get that Mike thought going.
Speaking of Mike, did you share out on Facebook? I hope we shared the same one.
Yeah, I don't know. I was writing comments. Can you see my comments in there at all?
I do not. Wait, hold on. 2 comments.
I see your comments.
Mike. Yes, I'm on the same one. Woohoo!
Wrote Sugar Hill Gang. I said
Sugar Hill, yes. Hotel, motel, Holiday Inn. Someone who's hoteling should just use that like as a gimmick for marketing. I think it would work. Especially because that song is from a generation of people that have money now, because they're all like 50 years old.
Right.
Oh, speaking of, I love that demographic. Anything that somebody says about baby boomers, I'm listening to. These guys are making money moves right now. Man, like they are moving money.
I'm the last year.
You're the last year?
You're the last year?
Do you count as a baby boomer?
Yeah.
Oh, Mike.
That's why I'm making money and moving money.
Your people are making moves, man. Like big money is shifting all over the country. It's insanity. It's crazy.
Cool. Yeah.
Some of it's sophisticated, some of it's not.
What's funny is Walter's technically a millennial.
Technically? No.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure you're right at the beginning.
Millennials are in their 20s, aren't they?
No, they used to be in their 20s. Everyone like thought time stands still or something. Like millennials never got older. No, millennials are not even 20 somethings anymore. Maybe the tail end. They're all like in their 30s now.
What do you, Mitch?
I'm not in betweener thing. I think it's Gen X, but not like there's actually another one. There's like this 3-year window where they came up with what is it, like a Zennial or something? Like we're this unique character because like we were like in this hot spot of like just caught the tail end of the analog era. We grew up like in the beginning of digital, like so we kind of like got the not the best of both, but we got to experience both.
What year?
I'm 78. So
you are wait.
Baby, dude, the millennial thing's not that much younger than me. Like there's millennials in their mid 30s.
Gen Y. I think you're Gen Y 2. No, 1. Gen Y 2. Yeah.
Never even heard of that.
Yeah, I'm looking at it online.
I think it's so funny that you put out a whole script in our chat of what we were going to talk about.
We just went off the rails.
Yeah, you were falling off the script. Son of a bitch.
I just thought about it. I'm like, we just went off the rails. Crazy train.
So Sam, I apologize. This is Mike and Mitch. I can't control them.
Yeah, come on.
So when you're
We
writing the
don't wanna be
description
Makes the
later,
podcast fun. Listen,
Yeah.
nobody puts baby in a corner.
Hey, where's
So since we
Cal?
did go
Wasn't he
into the-
supposed to be on today?
the baby boom thing,
I should
man,
probably
there's-
ask one of these.
There's
Yeah.
so much stupid money in the marketplace right now because baby boomers are downsizing. They're getting out of their hard assets and they're selling them at a discount. And they're getting into different assets that are more flexible for them, right? Like where they're looking to be. And they're moving to Florida. I was telling you guys before the call. Everybody I met at the event last night, 1 year they've lived here. Right. We had 13, 14 people at this small little event we ran, and they've only been down here for about a year. And from Pennsylvania, from Ohio, Alabama, Florida, Kentucky, Connecticut, New York, it's like everybody's converging down to Florida, and they're pumping into Tampa. I mean, they're pumping all across the state, but Tampa's filling up with people, and we're all real estate investors, so we're all saying the same thing. Man, this market's getting hot. It's interesting. Yeah, because we all showed up. Like, what do you think?
Well, the irony is,
we're like a whole new room of real estate investors, brand new, that were never here before. All of us.
You're pumping up the prices.
Tampa,
So it's
already hot.
so it's
Been
interesting.
hot.
I'm thinking I'm gonna sell some courses. I'm getting ready to sell courses down here.
You gotta find something off market to buy.
Well, that's the thing is we're pumping up our wholesaling team now. We're pumping up the real estate agents, pumping up the wholesaling team, pumping out the training, scale the
Nice.
real estate training company so that we can identify and find good people who can find deals and then pay people. That's always been our mission. Pay people really well. Pay good people good money,
Nice.
and we get paid back, and our partners get paid back because we're paying them good money. So pay people good money. Just keep running that stream. How many people can I pay this year? And
That's awesome.
just keep setting it up. When everybody's trying to save money, you don't get money. But when you're trying to put out money, like, okay, look, I gotta go pay those people. What do I gotta go earn to pay those people? And man, it's so much easier. So much easier thinking about paying my investors, thinking about paying myself. Like I'm a third party, by the way. Walter lives a lifestyle, right? That other Walter has to go and make.
Interesting.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So a part of me just likes to buy real estate. So it's very expensive. So I've got to go and make sure that the money's coming in so that he can go buy that real estate. It's a crazy life.
I was talking about this with Brenda the other day that we set up bank accounts for all these LLCs. In fact, I think I have too many LLCs because I got a lot of accountant bills this year because whatever. So
Every $500 for every LLC.
yeah, exactly. But the nice thing about doing it that way is I don't even see the money or touch it. It doesn't, it's just sort of building an account
Managed by somebody else. Yep.
So I feel like I'm a third party also. There's like this thing going on because it's exciting to buy real estate. But then I said to Brenda the other day, I said, do we ever get to enjoy this money or does it just sit in these accounts? Yeah.
I'm telling you, investor Walter is a maniacal son of a bitch. He's just like, it's mine. I'm keeping it. I'm rolling it. I'm growing it. I'm rolling it. I'm growing it.
Exactly.
And I'm over here like, bro, like, you want to throw me some?
It's like I buy more
He's
Tesla.
like, you make it yourself. I'm building this. It's for our future.
I buy like Tesla or I buy crypto, and then Brenda's like, well, that
I
money's
feel like
gone.
Mitch has that same person.
That
I'm
money's
just
gone.
laughing. I'm like, this is. I mean, I
Yeah.
think pre going live, I was pretty much talking about that. Yep.
Yeah.
It's all invested.
It's
Yeah.
crazy is, I dated a girl, Doreena's the same exact way. She makes all this money from the house and she's like, yeah, I reinvested it. We gotta go do something. What are we doing for active income right now? I was like, yeah, babe, I get it. Trust me, I get it.
Right.
No, it's how much
Once
money
it
in
goes
the
in,
joint
once
account?
it goes in that
Enough.
box, if I just bought 50 more shares of Tesla, and it's gone.
It's gone.
Like, it's not. I'm never selling that, so
It's in the
not.
vortex.
Yeah,
Now it's time to go and re-earn.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what all the most successful people I know do is they get rid of the cash unless they have an investment, But even with our company, when we spend marketing money, I do it on a credit card. I'm not using cash. Cash got reinvested. I'm using a credit
Right.
card that I know is going to bring back the money. I pay the card. You know, I like, what is the use for cash other than buy real estate? That's it.
Right. You're right. And that's kind of a tricky thing because you could put it in a savings account knowing you're going to buy your next project.
Yeah.
But I don't even like to do
I hate,
that.
I
so,
hate it sitting there.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the nice thing with real estate is we know it's going out as soon as it comes in. Like
Right.
months in advance of it coming in, we already know it's going out. Like
Nice
we have
job.
time to line it up.
I'm not as sophisticated yet, so I'm just kind of working on it.
Hey, whoa, I made money today.
Yeah.
Speaking of,
Nah.
I got a closing that got delayed again.
Oh my God.
So it was supposed to close tomorrow. And the lender is a buddy of mine. He calls me up and he says, man, like, I think maybe end of the month, but it might be, the week after, the week after that. And I called my dad up and I was like, Dad, like, what can we sell this for if we put it on the market right now? He said, your son's
Lot
making
more.
$20,000. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not 20 grand.
Yeah.
And I told him, I was like, I don't want to sell it like this. I love this woman. She sounds like a sweetheart. Her mother's messaging me every day, but I don't want to sell this house for a 20,000 less than I can make if I'm going to sit
Right.
under contract for another month. Like, this is ridiculous.
Right.
Yeah, I'm losing 20 grand because they just because they locked it down early and because of my ethics and because I said I would. Like, I don't have to. So
I can't tell you how
losing
many
20
times.
grand.
Yeah, you are. I can't tell you how many times as a closing attorney, sellers call me and they're saying, hey, can I get out of this contract? And you're like, no, you signed a contract. You cannot get out of this contract. I mean, what's your reason? Oh, I got a better offer.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and that's it's crazy if you think about that too, because it's just like, you wonder about that. And it's like, all right, how successful can I be? And also how nice and generous can I be? Because you got people, like you said, that are calling you that want out of a contract that there is no out, right? And then you have people where there is an out, as in like deadline's there, they want an extension. You can easily say no.
Right.
And you still might say yes just because you're being that nice.
Yeah,
I mean, and that's
exactly.
even, the flip we did, I did with Tim. Like, we extended them once, we extended them twice, and then we realized, holy shit, we can, and it was the same thing, we can make like about 20 grand more. And I looked at Tim, I'm like, dude, like, and we needed to get liquid also. And I'm like, at this point, we waited so long that
Right.
now we deserve to make more money. I was like, they're not getting a third extension, which would have been ridiculous anyway. And as soon as I put that out there, the universe is like, don't worry, you're closed.
Nice
So
job.
I was
Nice
like,
job.
perfect. But yeah, it was like that thing where, and like, wait, I don't know, these were just random people like trying to buy their first home. I knew them not at all. So there was nothing there. And I was still like, all right, we made a commitment, we're sticking to it. But yeah, after that second extension, I'm like, no more. Like, I'd rather wait another 30 days and be able to get 20 grand more.
But I feel like there's some sort of karma there if you do a good deed for someone and help them out, even though you're losing 20 grand, Walter. I mean, if they're nice people and they're not screwing you and they're not playing games, I'm good with that.
All right. Yeah, there's that. Right.
Well, that's kind of the point I was getting at. That's the point I was getting at. Like, it's that, at what point do you pull the ripcord? You know what I mean?
$20,000
Is there
of
such
karma out
thing
there,
as too
Mike.
nice?
Yeah, exactly. You didn't have a problem when you sent the crypto to the crypto gods, You're
Hey,
like,
you know what? The real estate gods have taken, man, they've taken like their blood. They've taken their share from me.
That's
Have paid
seriously.
more
I'm
than most
asking that
people make in
question.
a year.
Because I think I suffer from it. Is there a line of basically being too nice? It's like, you're not everyone's savior, or are you? Is that your role in life?
I would just get quiet and check my inner being and see what it says.
Yeah, I've been beat up a lot of times in real estate deals and lost a lot of money in real estate. Not so potential money. I've never lost money on a deal.
Yeah, exactly.
Every deal I've ever done,
I've
I've
left
made
so
money.
much potential money on the table for
But the
basically
potential money, that's like our war stories that we talk about. Like, man, I could have made this. I could have made that. I could have.
Yeah.
And that's all we're talking about right now. Like, fuck, I'm making $200,000 on the close.
Right.
Like, if I objectively look at it, I know I'm crushing it. Like, this is fantastic. But if I look at it, I'm like, it could be 220. It could be 220 right now.
Yeah.
It's the amount of time I'm waiting, right?
I think since I've been on this journey, like it's probably when we started in Fall River and all the books I'm reading, I'm really And Brenda's always reminding me that you're just circulating money, and money is supposed to be circulating. And so if you're losing, maybe this person needs it, maybe she really needs it, and you're doing something amazing. Maybe it has nothing to do with you. So
that's the insanity, Mike, right? Like if this was a sophisticated investor doing this with me, I would have charged them all the way across. Right. The unfortunate thing, this is not a sophisticated investor. It's a first-time home buyer. She's 19 years old. She served in the military. Like all of these things are in the back of my head.
Like, look at that karma. That's awesome.
I'm like, she has no freaking clue what she's doing to me. So it's not like she's doing any, like she doesn't know, she doesn't know the opportunity other than she probably knows the houses are going more and more high and she's getting scared. Right. Like that's all that's happening for her. Yeah. And so to me, I'm like, but if it was a sophisticated investor, I'd be like, bro, like, yeah, I'll extend for $10,000 more. For
10,000.
Well, that's good.
We'll
know your audience.
Profit. We're splitting it down the middle right now.
Know your audience.
Something crazy will happen. She'll know somebody else that will mention your name and how great you were in this thing, and it'll end up getting you 50 units in some town that you never expected to. So I'm a big,
who
big
knows?
believer in faith.
Maybe she joins the millionaire mission and invests in the company, 5-10 years from now. Karma's crazy. Like I went and built a whole city, right? I bought all the money from Boston down to Fall River. So there's a lot of karma coming back my way. Yeah. I'm okay with it. That's what we do. We put it out there and just for fun. Like, and the fact that things come back is cool.
Yeah. Nice job.
Speaking of money magnet, Mike.
Yes.
That mindset slides us
mindset. It really is. I got to thank you, and I got to thank Brenda and all the books we've read, just really on mindset. And because I've seen people who make money, but they're always wrangling with every last cent. It just seems like a sort of a miserable existence. Like, oh, is this guy taking advantage of you? It's like we have a hot tub and my kids broke the cover thing,
Mitch, hot tub business plan. We're going over.
He said, and they broke. I'm like, wait, hot tub time machine?
So, you swing back the cover, but the cover is waterlogged. So I need a new cover. But my daughter threw it back and it was so much stress on the cover thing. So in the past I would, call the guy and get upset about what the price is. The guy showed up, he fixed the thing. He came back to the office. He called me, he said, our new cover is this amount. And I was fine.
How much? We're over $1,000, right?
No, $650, I think, for the cover.
Frustrating. Yeah.
But I was like,
whatever.
It's once every 3 to 5 years because they sit out in the sun and they get affected. And so
anytime you spend money, 10x is coming back if you've got the right mindset.
Yeah, there you go. That's so awesome. 10x. You're gonna get 200,000 more from the 20 that you're. Yeah,
that's all I'm thinking. Yeah, you're
Walter
right.
Sent us the Grant Cardone Audible book yesterday that he was listening to, and it was funny because I wasn't even kidding in my text where I'm like, that's what the doctor ordered. I was in a mood yesterday. I woke up to some computer issues. I fought with my laptop for 4 hours to get it working again. And I was like, yep, I'm done with today. And
that's funny. There must have been something going on because Walter also talked about you were having some issues and I was sort of down.
Depression, Mike. It's called depression. We're okay to say it. It's just, I was
like the
sad.
Three of us. It must have been like Mercury was in retrograde or something.
Oh, Mercury's in a bad
position. Either way, I didn't even hesitate. I was like, Audible purchase. Yeah. Thank you. And then I went to the park and I listened to about half of it while I walked around the park. And I'm not going to say I came back. What's up?
How to get motivated. Grant Cardone's How to Get Motivated, Stay Motivated.
Yeah, How to Get Motivated, Stay Motivated. Which turns out to just be like 100 passages almost.
It's just like quote,
like just 100
quote. Yeah. But it's like he quotes and then he explains it, quotes and explains it. Yep. And it's so good because it's all true.
You amped up?
Yeah. Oh man, I haven't even finished it. I think I'm an hour in, but I got all juiced up from it.
Yeah, I listened to an hour of it.
Yeah, feeling good again.
I'm not going to say I got juiced, but it definitely got me back to normal. And then by that evening, I was like good to go. So it was like a residual. It was like a slow burn for me. It broke down, whatever, and then started pushing through. So between going for the walk, because you got to get outside, get some exercise, get some nature, and then listening to that, it helped get me out of the funk.
Walter, I just want to say that I hesitate to use the word depressed only because there's this whole thing about clinical depression, and
Right.
I don't want to, I don't want to minimize. So I don't really say that.
I mean,
word,
there's
you know.
also all sorts of different levels of depression. Yeah,
I just don't do it
depression.
often. See, the difference between being depressed for a few hours or depressed for a day
Yeah.
is I find a way out, because that's my focus. Is where am I going? Where am I going? How do I get out of this? You know, and not get out
Tony
of this.
Robbins is like, change your physiology, which is exactly what Mitch did.
Superman pose.
Exactly. Smile, open arms, looking up. I did yoga. Like I just, run through the process.
I went mountain biking today, and before the call, I was out for like 2 hours, and it just totally changed. Yeah.
It just change your physiology.
Yeah.
And so that totally works. And the whole depression thing, like clinical depression, is someone who never got the map. They never found out how to get out of there. And, unfortunately, therapists are not all created equal. So many of them will keep you right where you're at because that's how they were trained and they don't know any better. Or
let's discuss it some more.
Yeah. So tell
me
me more
feel.
about.
Let's just keep talking about it.
Well, have you tried? Have you considered?
How does that make you feel, Michael?
How does that make you feel?
Let's go back to that thing that really bummed you out and talk about it again.
No, but so hold on. Let's put a bow on this.
You're right. There is something wrong with you. You're going to have this the rest of your life, but we'll work you through it.
I could prescribe.
Tell me that's not NLP.
I could prescribe you some medicine.
That was some NLP.
I mean, it's got to rot your teeth out and make you sicker, but
So let's take it down
it.
to the base level, right? And then put a bow on it. Most of us are blessed in that, any quote unquote depression we have is at a level where we can do, some changes in physiology. We can go get some exercise. We can go get some sun. We can meditate, right? We can write gratitudes, and that'll be enough to trigger the correct chemicals to get us out of the funk. Then you have people that unfortunately just have a chemical imbalance that is next level and maybe might need a little assistance.
Not chemical imbalance, just bad training, bro. Just
I don't know.
Ask them what they're thinking about.
Hold up.
Maybe it's not chemical. Maybe they've had a shitty life. Yeah, that could just be it.
Listen, if someone that's straight up bipolar can get right through natural stuff, then I am impressed and I am happy to see it. But
Did you ever watch What the Hell?
Bipolar is simply highly emotional people who don't believe it's possible to regulate their emotions. It's a belief system.
Do you know on the movie or documentary What the Hell?
Fuck.
On documentary What the Hell?
What the hell? Yeah.
This woman changed to a vegan diet after like years and years of depression, and it was actually the food that was
Vegan kills bipolar.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm not saying that's a guarantee, but I'm saying that was one of the effects that she had.
Yeah. Here's the thing with the mind. Anything mind related, they can't see it, they can't feel it, they can't fix it, they can't change it. It's all just woo-woo science up to this point. But here's what's factual. If you change your mind, things change, right? Results change, plain and simple. Change the story. Like,
question is, do they have that ability? I think that's what Mitch is saying. I don't know if they have that ability.
If they can remember something, because that's all psychosis is a memory that creates a pattern. And so if they can change their memory pattern to something positive or something that moves them forward in the good direction, their actions will change. Their thoughts will change. The problem is they're running a program that is comfortable, that is a painful program that creates bad results. And if you tell them to run something different, they say they can't, which immediately shuts the brain down. So the question is, can they or can they not? Can they remember something new? Can they remember a new conversation? If they can, then they can replace the story. If they don't, it's because they're choosing not to, or they don't know how. And that's quite all right to call it that. To say I can't and to say, oh, they can't change is unfair to the person. That's poison. That's hypnosis. It's not right to do that to somebody. Create the opportunity and they can change. But if you go out and say this to anybody who has been leveraging that crutch for some time,
you're going to get some big pushback on this one. Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
If bro, if I go to a broke person and tell them, hey, it's just your mindset, you can be successful. They're like, no, it's not. I'm rich. I was broke. I'm telling you that's true. And they're like, well, you're not me. You don't understand how broke I am, motherfucker. Like I had less than you got, right? Like, so you're gonna tell me you can't make money because you never had money? Where's the math there, right? 86% of us had no money, made money, became millionaires. So it's the same thing with, oh, well, I've always been big boned. Have you though? Have you always been big boned? Because we, like, could we, if we stopped you eating for the next 30 days, would you be big bone still? Like, stop the eating because we know you won't die. So let's just throw you on the no eat diet, the fasting diet. We feed you water for 30 days.
To intermittent fasting on our chart.
We're gonna intermittent fast you and control your food,
right on,
and put you in the gym every day.
There's a program. There's a program up in Northern California called True North Center, and he has people that are overweight that he fasts, water only fasts for up to 40 days.
Wow.
Yeah.
And they lose big pounds. They're doctor supervised. You got
to be careful with
people
those
on staff, not saying do this at home. The people are losing weight. And then what they do is they train them to eat whole plant diet afterwards. And they've been watching them and 3 to 5 years out, they're still maintaining the lower weight if they're trained on don't eat donuts or don't eat, processed food, that kind of stuff. They keep it off. It's amazing.
Here's what I'll tell you, Mitch. So that's my example for money, right? That's my example for physical body. Have somebody come spend 30 days with me. Live with me for 30 days. You tell me you're still bipolar, right? Like, I will break that shit out.
How much do you charge for this?
You won't remember what it's like to have a depressing, crazy,
that sounds
story.
like
$100,000.
If you did that,
I'm getting paid for that. Yeah,
you better be sure you have a camera crew there because that is next level content. That is like reality TV type content.
But that's the sort of shit. Like I know how this works. I've seen it work. So I've personally lived it. The problem is most people have not. So yeah, okay. Crazy reality TV show. I take the craziest, most bipolar person, live with them for 30 days. I break their bipolar. Now they're a positive person. People still won't believe it. Like, that's insane.
Sounds like Jesse Itzler's living with a SEAL. So he had the Navy SEAL come live with him.
We just took a lazy guy and wanted to get him motivated. So
yeah, it'd be awesome.
Can a lazy person be motivated? Yes.
You should write a book.
Is proof. I don't think he was truly lazy beforehand, but when your wife is a billionaire and you're not, it's like
he did run 18. He had run 18 marathons, but the stuff that the SEAL David Goggins had him doing was pretty brutal. Like, day one was, here, do 100 pull-ups. That was day one. Like, it's like you're not leaving until you do 100. You can do one at a time, but you're going to do 100. So
that's painful.
Yeah, that book is great. I read that book in like 4 hours. And Living with a SEAL. By Jesse Itzler. It's fun. Yeah. I'll put it in the comments.
It's going in the chat. I knew it.
Yeah.
All right. So Magic the Gathering crypto, Mitch, you want to jump on that one or skip right over to Sydney, Australia on extreme lockdown?
we can skip over it. The short version is we'll call it NFT games on the blockchains are all the rage right now and are mooning and people are FOMOing on the NFT. I
saw something Gary Vee was talking about NFTs and he was like, this stuff's nuts, it's gonna be crazy, it's gonna explosive. He's actually doing a ticket for his events for the next 3 years, NFT. So you buy this NFT, you get access to his events for the next 3 years.
Yeah, I remember the launch of that. I actually looked at grabbing one and then I saw how much it was and I'm like, nah.
Yeah. But you're talking about now you can have these, it's like a baseball card. Except it's not a baseball card, it's a Magic the Gathering card that you can actually play the game.
It's a digital card.
It's called Splinterland, right?
Yes, that's that game, Splinterlands. Yeah, it came from the whole, Hive community.
Bunch of nerds out there just
kind of
passing around ideas.
I wasn't into those games. I wish I would have been because I could have made a crap ton of money, but
same.
Not my thing.
You know who's into that sort of stuff? Ron Bowling, my business partner.
Oh, Ron, dude, if I would have introduced Ron to
a 12-sided dice kind of guy,
Ron would have crushed it. in the game, just period. He would crush it in the game, like winning battles and all that stuff, which means he would have had more cards, which means those cards I've like 100x in value. Like, so Ron, all I had to do is introduce Ron to that game and his net worth would be like a nice little chunk higher.
Yeah. That he'd get
I have
obsessed.
no doubt that Ron would have crushed it in Splinterlands.
What do you mean? You're saying it's over? Like he can't go and play now?
I know he still can, but like, there's a difference between being an early adopter and then, he can go in there and crush it for sure. Shit, I staked cake so I can earn SPS tokens, which is apparently the governance tokens for this game that just launched on top of, it used to be dark energy crystals deck. I used to have a bunch of those. I sold them all at some point for like pennies to just plow it into CUB because consolidate. Just like I sold the 5 cards I had that I bought when the game launched just to show support because it was basically a friend that started it. I sold those, a few months before everything 50x'd.
Bro, you gotta help me get into this. Here's one thing I know.
You don't need to get into it. Stay focused.
Nerds acquire more. Like,
stay focused.
These video game people, man, they just get obsessed. They lose track. They just spend all their money. Yeah,
stay focused.
I want in.
No, because then you can start messing with it, and it's like, no. I'm not going to do to you. I'm not going to do to you what you do to me. Like, Mitch, you got to use this new toy, and I'm like, no. I'm like, no, you got to do it. No, and then all of a sudden I start using it. I'm like, fuck.
Okay, no,
just spent
TikTok's
2 hours
good for you.
Like on.
You were definitely getting more followers.
It's called Splinterlands. I'm gonna get my son to learn how to do it.
You should, Mike. That's a great idea. You should.
He loves Magic the Gathering.
No way.
He has thousands of cards. When he goes to camp, he brings this big box of cards.
Of course he
plays.
does.
Yep.
You should 100% turn him on the Splinterlands.
Okay. Cool.
I mean, he could
nuts.
Either create a Hive account for him, or he could just even use your account.
Cool. I don't do anything.
Create his own Hive account. Yeah.
And there's like you can go to the Splinterlands website and all that crap.
Cool.
Well, this is just terrible.
How do you get to Splinterlands? Is it like splinterlands.io?
I don't even know. It might be .com. I don't know. I can go look. It's funny. I just closed Discord. I can go. They have a Discord server. They have a Discord server as well. I can send you the invite so then you can go to like
It's pretty easy to find. Splinterlands.com. Yeah, this is pretty badass. Yeah, there's money to be made here, man. They got cartoon characters. That means the next generation is gonna be all kids coming in,
and these
spending mom and dad's money.
Updates.
So wait, are these NFTs? Is that what you're saying?
Technically, yeah.
Wow. I'd love to dive into what NFTs actually are besides the $62 million one that was sold.
So if NFTs take this, dude, I didn't even consider this. If they take this form, basically any board game you ever played could become an NFT that you're now playing online and stacking up cards.
Yes. Any popular game from back in the day, you could essentially just mimic that and turn it into a blockchain-based game.
Anything that was
easy money,
that was a collectible, that had collectible elements to it.
You just need to find a dev to build it and run it for you.
The developer to run it, yes.
But yeah, like easy money.
Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, these fads that popped in and popped out, they'll pop in and out faster, but they'll probably have way more saturation now because it's all just virtual. You don't got to physically go to a store. Like you just link up an account and it's right there on your phone. So it's
Mitch, what happened to your crypto fund?
Which I'm dropping in chat. I'm dropping a link to the Discord server of Splinterlands. That's an invite.
Crypto fund got slowed down because you can't move massive funds. That's
crypto fund.
Crypto fund is how do we function in an environment where you can't move money?
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean?
How do I get large sums of money onto platforms like CUB DeFi?
Yeah, with the back ends just a little bit rickety at the moment.
Binance put a daily limit on non-KYC people of 2,000 a day. Well, not even, it's a certain amount of Bitcoin per day, like 0.006. It works out to about $2,000 a day at current Bitcoin price. Yeah, and then obviously the Leo Bridge is still a ways away from being where it needs to be in terms of handling that kind of volume, which it will get there. But give considering that right now you can't even use it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
When you send me that Discord, do anything with the, I mean, I accepted the invite. I'm on there, like, am I good?
There's gonna be
Or
a
do
lot
I
of
have to,
chat.
like,
What, the Discord?
yeah,
I mean, it just gets you,
You can ask
like
questions.
you're on that server now, so you can like go and you should be able to go
Yeah.
into all the rooms. Like they have an official updates
do I have
channel.
to save it or something like that?
No. Once you add it to your Discord, it's there. Like I have,
Okay.
dude, on the left side of my Discord, like I have like 50 servers. Like
Gen
icon.
Y2 teaching Boomer how to.
You're just like I can scroll. I had
That's how it all began. Remember that with Cub and Leo? I stayed in Uniswap the other day, some ETH and some
for the
W
geyser. Yep.
Geyser.
Wrap Leo and ETH.
And that was the whole comment. I was like, shit, when he did this, when he taught me how to do this, I had no idea what the fuck he was telling me. I didn't even know what I was doing. He's like, here, do this, swap this with this. And now I'm like, holy shit.
This is why Mike always buys me sushi.
Yeah, exactly.
Best investment ever. It's crazy.
Grateful to you, friend, man. Appreciate it.
What you call it?
Sydney, Australia, lockdown.
Lockdown. What's the
Super
story?
random. That seems very random now in the flow of this conversation.
No, crypto solves all the world's problems, right?
There you
Like
go.
once
Yes,
the governments are
apparently-
gone, you can't lock us down.
Australia's on lockdown from I
They
guess
can't fund
next,
themselves without their fake currencies. So as soon as
next
you
wave
take it
of
away from
crypto.
them,
next
Yeah.
wave of apparently COVID.
yeah, then you see. Here's the problem we're gonna have though: is there are still a bunch of guerrillas with machine guns and armies, but if you can't pay your armies, they won't work for you. So
True.
there'll be a last ditch effort before the countries burn all their crypto. They burn all their currency. They're going to shift over to some crypto, and there may be UN, United Nations crypto that becomes the currency of the world.
The U.S. is going to fight tooth and nail before that happens.
They are. That's why they
Because that
keep.
means no more reserve currency, which means our whole economy probably falls to pieces.
Well, it won't fall to pieces. It will shift. There will be blood
Yes,
in the
but
waters,
during a
there'll be
shift,
blood in
there's
the
always
streets.
turmoil. There's those
Yeah.
transition, those what is that? Growing pains,
Yeah.
transitional,
Yeah.
hiccups.
Dark times are coming.
So
Hey,
We're
I got
you
a
gotta be in
question.
crypto.
Mitch, I got a question for you. So we're talking about Robinhood is going to be setting up wallets for all their customers, and supposedly
Really?
when
Oh,
they
no way.
that's going to make Doge go to the moon because of all the Robinhood.
Oh
So
yeah.
yeah, they're in the process of doing that. Also, I think it's PayPal. What's Jack? Dorsey's. He owns
Square?
Square
Square.
and Twitter. He's setting up wallets too. So
Oh wow.
Oh no.
So what you're saying is now when
Crypto
you
boom's
buy on
coming.
Robinhood, you'll
Yeah.
actually be buying crypto and not
Yeah.
a derivative.
exactly, your keys, your crypto.
Wow.
Which means the poor man's crypto is going to be the one that goes up.
That's going to be a
Doge.
Yeah.
that's some serious infrastructure work
That's
for
the
for
masses throwing
Robinhood.
money in.
Yeah.
So then that means obviously
Simpson's
operating on
coin.
whatever blockchain. How are they even? I'm still curious on that. I mean, I think what they're doing I got to look at it. What they're probably doing is just setting up an exchange like Coinbase in terms of that. Like I own whatever. If I have Bitcoin on Coinbase, like, yeah, it's my Bitcoin, but it's not in my specific wallet unless they're going to literally, I don't know how they do that. Either way, it's still a win because it's not a derivative anymore. You're actually owning the
PayPal right
coin.
now is like Coinbase.
It's
So
not
that's how
like Coinbase
PayPal's
right
running
now.
it. What is it?
It's not like Coinbase right now.
PayPal? Yeah, you get your own. You
Oh,
don't get
no, I'm
your
talking
own
about
keys.
Robinhood.
Oh no,
Yeah,
no.
Robinhood,
PayPal
right.
is. So if PayPal is switching over to the wallet model,
But yes, I might have to fucking buy Doge long finally now because once Robinhood is like, forget it,
Doge
because
Yep.
that's what all the Robinhoodites are going to buy.
And
Because
Walter
that-
can go back to Robinhood. Because we were like, get the fuck out of there.
Nope. Robinhood's making its thing, and
Yeah.
I pulled out. I've shifted over to E-Trade. Not E-Trade. Used to be E-Trade. Thinking Swim. What is it called? Mirror
TD and
Trade.
Mirror Trade.
Yeah, TD.
Hold on. I have a
Think or
question.
swim. I love think
Yeah.
or swim.
Think or
Oh, it's
swim.
fantastic.
I have a
Used to do
question.
option tradings on think or swim.
Hell yeah.
What's it called? Iron Condors.
The Iron Condor.
Yes.
What am I feel like I'm about to be on a call with Cal and Roland and Neil talking about options and Iron Condors and strangles and
We should
credit
have that
spreads.
once a year. We should have both that us and those four. You know, your
We
other
can do
group,
that.
have like a big family meeting.
Bring
We
him on
can
the
do that, dude.
podcast.
Yeah. it'd be
Cal,
awesome.
like I said, Cal's got his options trading going full time. He looks at his positions at the morning, that makes his adjustments, and then moves on. He's got like 20 options positions on at a time. And, you know, I don't think he's doing Iron Condors, but he's doing like, I think he's doing strangles and straddles. I think because I thought he was doing Iron Condors, but I don't think he is.
You
But
did
no, I have a
that,
question
right?
about the Robinhood thing.
You did
right?
that, right? Or just
What's that?
last question. You did option trading, right? Were you?
Yeah. I mainly did I mainly did credit spreads.
Gotcha.
Sometimes I would do debit spreads, but I mainly did credit spreads.
You would do the credit spreads.
Of course I would, because that
Yeah.
fits my personality. Defense.
Nice and safe.
Yeah.
Give me the money now. Give me less money now with a higher probability of keeping that money than the betting on, all right, I can make more money, but I have to be right. And I have a 1 in 3 chance of being no. I want the one where I'm having 2 and it's like how I play craps. I play the don't with the house. Now, granted, if you know my 4 or my 10 wins, I only make 50%, but the 4 and the 10 are going to win more often than not. So yes,
Probability.
I mean, I don't know. That's how I'm built. I've been working towards being playing more offense as I've gotten older. So, but
Is
yeah,
Only
Andy
on the
Duke?
right deals.
Does Annie Duke play that way?
I don't want to say
Taking bets or-
no because, you know, as a poker player, everything's based on probabilities.
Yeah.
But I guess you got to know when. In the end, the key is knowing when to put your foot all the way down on the pedal, and that was always an issue for me with my day trading. Was I traded exactly the same, and there were those opportunities where, all right, this is the spot where you load up. Where like if you were normally trading, let's say you're doing like 300 shares or something, right?
Yeah.
You know, for every day trade. There's opportunities where, all right, this trade needs to be 600, 800, maybe even 1,000 shares. And that was what I was recognizing because I had that defensive mentality. So those times where you're supposed to put your foot down, because those ones are the ones that make your month.
Gotcha. But let me ask you, because I have this similar thing with, obviously I invest in Tesla. And when Tesla pulled back like it did, my thought was I should take some money and go buy more. And then I've noticed a pattern where I don't do that. Like I'll talk to someone, a mistake, and then it'll come racing back and you're like, man, I should have just trusted my gut and just done it. Do you learn that way? Like, do you see the same situation play out several times and so you know the next time to go big in your investment?
I mean, if I see a pattern, you know me, I lean heavy on the charts. So like, you know, when you're talking about a pullback and then a rally, it's like a lot of times when that happens, there's a clear uptrend there and it's pulling back to that trend line or it's pulling back to a key moving average, right? And then it bounces from there. So I'll use the technical indicators as a gauge for when I feel like that's going on. You know, some people maybe just find that rhythm. But yeah.
But so my question is, do you go bigger into it? Like you've seen it and you're like, oh, this is it. I know exactly where it's going. So I go big.
If I'm already in it, probably no. I probably just, you know, dollar cost average, so to speak, and just add to the position. If I'm just straight up trading, I'm not in it. And I'm like, oh shit, like I feel like you get a handful of like what I call complete layups, you know, every year. If I see the layup, then I'll jump into it and I might get bigger and I probably still don't get big enough. Gotcha. Like when I'm pushing my comfort zone, it's like, great, I'm gotten bigger and I already know it's still not enough.
Gotcha.
You know, and that's something that I personally have been working on. I mean, I did think about it with CUB when CUB launched. Like I jumped in and then I jumped in more and then I jumped in more. And then I literally woke up and I'm like, holy shit, I need more. Like I told you guys that story. I woke up from like a nap and like a cold sweat. I'm like, fuck, I need more.
So are you going to be doing that with the CUB IDOs that are coming up? Is it the same type of situation as when CUB first launched or not really?
I don't know. Like it's uncharted territory. Like, yeah, most IDOs do get that initial pop. So I'm gonna do that. Like the pre-sale, if I have access to a pre-sale on anything,
Yeah.
I'm getting long because
Yep.
like worst case, 8 out of every 10 times that pre-sale is gonna get a pop after like
Yeah.
so yeah. Like I already know I have to change the story I'm telling myself because the story that's in my head right now is I already know I'm not going to get big enough in these IDOs that I participate in because of I'm scared to lose X amount of money or whatever it is. Like I already
Change
know
the
it.
story, man. What IDOs could you get big enough in, right? Like
So,
where are the opportunity, or if it's not IDOs, ICOs, or like what opportunity does have the ability to make that 10x return?
I mean, there's no guarantees. I mean, it could be the Poly Cub. It could be one of these third-party IDOs. It could be, it could be the next, like rune based IDO. Like,
But that's like how Mike found Lake Resources, how he found Ovonics,
yeah.
how I found Celsius, EXP. I just looked at it and said, which one of these has the ability, or Tesla, right? Which one of these has the ability to 10x? Which one has the most likelihood? And then it's just all horses go to that race. And it's like, send the army
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
you've done all the research.
I love that attitude. It's so cool.
And that's why, I mean, think about it. In a way, it's great that, in the position that we're in because, this first IDO is almost like a tester in terms of CUB.
Yeah.
Like it's the smallest one. It's a third party one. And I'm wondering actually if it's going to have success because it's just like, I'm not excited to get into it. I'm like, I'd rather just wait for the CUB Poly, but it can at least give a blueprint and you can understand how it all works. And then, the CUB Poly one, it's like, maybe it raises capital, maybe it doesn't, but I'm going to take my shot because, I know there will be some, CUB holder hodlers that are going to jump into it. I know there's going to be marketing. I know there's going to be all that stuff.
Guys, I got a call in 3 minutes. I scheduled a call with a videographer so that, I can have cooler videos.
That's 2 weeks in a row.
That's all right. We're good. I'm looking at the list. CUB IDOs is the last thing.
Or we
skip Tesla FUD.
Right. Yeah. I'll do my quick thing on Tesla FUD. There's legacy auto and oil companies who are out there that don't want Tesla to succeed because if Tesla succeeds, they're going bankrupt. So just anytime you see an article against Tesla, please solve. So
yeah.
That's it.
And here's the funny thing: Tesla is no longer even the problem.
Right.
They've done what they're going to do.
Yeah.
It's already the wheels are in place. The train's on the tracks.
And they actually have 20 billion in cash, so they don't even need the money, and the stock can go up and down and they're fine. So you're not going to stop that runaway train.
The better question is when Mike's referring to Tesla, right? He's more talking about an industry, a new industry, an emerging industry that's going to, take out those other legacy companies. So my question is, all right, what other companies can I invest in along with Tesla?
No, stay out of that game.
Tesla.
No.
The legacy companies are going to come back. Like they're adjusting, they're pivoting. They recognize
screw the legacy companies. What other startups? What other Teslas? What's the next Tesla?
Not going to happen. Not going to happen.
Walter, there was like 5 big automakers, right? So Tesla's going to be the only electric car automaker. Like, no,
it's going to be the legacy automakers. They're the ones
who get bailed out by the U.S. government.
It's going to be more than Tesla.
Again.
What's going to be the big 3 electric companies? Tesla, maybe
Toyota,
like
Honda.
Well, I will say my opinion on that is whenever people jump into like Nikola, which was a total scam, and Lordstown, which was a total scam. Every time they do that, Tesla people like what you need to know is that Tesla is the next Tesla, and the stock price is so low that in 4 years, when it's like $4,000 or $5,000 a share, you're going to be kicking yourself that you did not financial advice.
Picks and shovels.
Advice.
Yeah. Picks and shovels. I want to buy the companies that are supplying the parts to Tesla.
That's what we're discovering. Lithium.
I already got Novonix. I need more. More.
Yeah.
Who's building the pilot AI programming for the driving thing?
Tesla.
Tesla
Tesla
is.
owns their own
In-house.
Doge.
Yeah,
Doge.
stay out of the AI. See, this is the thing. The AI is way too fast. You can't catch it.
Yes.
Whereas the material stuff you can. The material will happen slow enough where we can catch in.
Batteries.
But AI is way too quick.
Crypto is way too quick. That's
Right.
why I probably have to
Right.
do a call more than once a month.
I got to jump, guys. All right. Mike,
Right.
what do you close us out with?
Massive income from passive income, and have fun. Enjoy your life. Life is to be enjoyed.
Mitch Jorsky, what's your phrase?
That's why you got to organize and collect so you can enjoy life, spend less time on that active income, more time just enjoying the passive income.
Amen.
That's right. The point is not to work, it's to generate income.
Okay.
Cheers
Boom.
to your success.
Boom.
When you have a choice, only work with the
Work
best.
for the best. The best. The
The
best.
best. The best.